playing the Falcons. All right, now, Stephen A., you've already been talking about the Cowboys. You've been talking about the Falcons. Marcus Spears is not here with us today, but he has some words for you. He is coming for you. He says, you ain't worth a damn at Stephen A. You are sickening. You are absolutely sickening at First Take. Go Dallas. Wow. Stephen A., you are having an effect on all different types of people. So I'm going to start with you here. What do you think about Marcus's comments, and what do you think the Cowboys need to do on Sunday?
Well, first things first, I'd like to say how do. How do, everybody, how do. Ron, I hope you watch, hope you're listening, buddy. Let me tell you something, that Marcus Spears right there, he's a little bit upset. I understand why. He's trying to take it out on me. But he really should direct his anger in the appropriate direction, which is that of his Dallas Cowboys, who absolutely didn't look too impressive last week, at least on the offensive side of the ball. Now, that new coach, Mike McCarthy, he's a Super Bowl champion, knows what he's doing, but nevertheless, why did he lose that job in Green Bay? Because he was considered a bit archaic, a bit outdated. He gets the new job with the Dallas Cowboys. What does he come out there in Los Angeles at that beautiful new $5 billion stadium and do in the city of Los Angeles? He sits up there and goes back to those same old archaic ways. Now, you got Michael Gallup, you got Michael Gallup, you got CeeDee Lamb, you got Amari Cooper, you got Dak Prescott looking to get his long-term money, not just $31.4 million he's making for this season, but he's also looking for long-term security, okay? And you still got Ezekiel Elliott out there. All these offensive weapons all over the place. But guess what? They couldn't stop Aaron Donald from getting to him. They couldn't stop Aaron Donald from putting forth like 10 quarterback pressures. Brockers and all of those other boys couldn't stop him. And so now we go to the ATL, and you get ready to go against those Atlanta Falcons. Now, I'm not that impressed with these Falcons. They did send me this very, very nice jersey. I will say that about them. I don't know about them. I don't know if they're wasting away the best years of Julio Jones' career. But I will tell you this. They've got potential offensively now with Julio Jones, with Ridley, with Matt Ryan and these boys. They do have some potential. And if the Dallas Cowboys ain't on their A game, if somehow, some way they get distracted, if somehow, some way they're busy watching LeBron James perform on Sunday because he's going to be playing on Sunday, if they're sitting there watching Miami Heat and Boston Celtics, Game 3 on Saturday, and they get a bit preoccupied and don't study that playbook, don't focus, get themselves distracted by that nauseating, disgusting fan base that's constantly throwing unfair expectations on their shoulders because they still have not met up to them in the last 25 years. That's a quarter century for those of you who don't understand. In the end, what it comes down to is this. There is a chance that the Atlanta Falcons, the ATL, could end up victorious. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen. I wouldn't bet my money on it. But for the purposes of this show, wearing this jersey, knowing that old dude Swagoo is somewhere annoyed and disgusted because he doesn't have LSU to lean on, and instead of picking up the LSU resume, he's got to pick up the Dallas Cowboy resume. Guess what, Marcus Spears? I'm sorry, Swagoo. That's a personal problem you need to get over. You should have let go of the Dallas Cowboys resume a long time ago. Stop reminding people that you used to play for the Cowboys, and maybe you'll get a little bit more respect.
Get off my guy.
Until then, oh well.
Right now, I know Marcus is at his house, scratching his head, taking off his glasses, putting his face real close to the screen because he realizes how disrespectful that you're not only being to the Dallas Cowboys, but that you're being to him. Swag, that's your guy. And I can't believe you would act like this, Southern Stephen A. But here's the truth.
Did you not see that tweet?
When the Dallas Cowboys, I did see the tweet, but Stephen A., that's what you do purposely. You are disgusting. You put on an Atlanta Falcons jersey just because you know how the Dallas Cowboys fans would feel. After you already asked Jerry, could you get on his yacht? You were nice to Jerry after the draft just because you wanted to go hang out on the yacht. And now all of a sudden, you want to put on an Atlanta Falcons jersey. Marcus feels betrayed. Jerry feels betrayed. The Dallas Cowboys fans feel betrayed. And it's because of you, because of Southern Stephen A., not New York Stephen A. Everybody knows that that dude is a mess, but they thought Southern Stephen A. had good Southern home values, great Southern hospitality, and you turned on them. They allow you to go down there and go to their little bar or their big old clubhouse and talk in front of the fans every year. You and Michael Irvin sweating, guys coming from the sides patting his head, and you turned on them. You wore an Atlanta Falcons jersey. You should be ashamed. So now you can't come to New Orleans or Dallas, because what we got to see out of Dallas this week is total offensive domination. If we don't see that, then Mike McCarthy's not doing what he's doing, and this team we talked about on paper all summer long as being explosive, having 3 1,000-yard wide receivers, one of the best backs in the game, this great O-line, this quarterback that thinks he's worth 39 to 40 million a year is false, because we watched the Seattle Seahawks go down there with a quarterback that we know is the man, with 2 wide receivers that we believe could play, but we don't put up in the upper echelon, and a stable of running backs that are good but not great and totally dominate offensively. Take it to the Atlanta Falcons from start to finish. Beat them like a drum. If it wasn't for some late heroics by Matt Ryan and Calvin Ridley getting some plays in garbage time, this is a total blowout. So if the Dallas Cowboys don't show up after falling short offensively last week, after missing on a 4th down and 3 instead of kicking a punt, if they can't find ways to score, if Amari Cooper doesn't get deep, if CeeDee Lamb doesn't get deep, if you can't get Michael Gallup, if Ezekiel Elliott doesn't get big plays in the run game, this is an issue. Zach will be on the way to not getting his money, not getting his long-term deal, and this team will look more like a Jason Garrett, Kellen Moore offense than we have ever seen it, and Jason Garrett is in New York. So if we don't get total domination from the offense, from the Dallas Cowboys this week, there's trouble in Big D, and it's not named Stephen A. It's all about the team that's playing on the field.
So are you saying, Ryan Clark, I just want to make sure I'm clear here what I just heard echo in my ears. Are you saying, Ryan Clark, that this game, week 2 of this NFL season, during a global pandemic, with a new head coach, with a quarterback that's looking for a new contract, that this game is that important, that if the Dallas Cowboys lose, it spells that amount of trouble? Is that what I'm hearing from my old buddy Ryan Clark?
This game is that important. With the offseason being what it was, with the build-up around this team being what it was, to go lose in L.A. and then now come back the next week against the Atlanta Falcons, who were dominated, and not put up points, not be explosive, that says that this is just the same old Cowboys with a different head coach.
You do know what this means, right? You do know what this means by you pointing out. My old Southern brother Ryan Clark came to the rescue right there. You do know that by you saying what you just said, that puts even more pressure on Swagoo's Dallas Cowboys, which means they'll probably lose. I actually thought they were going to win this game. But since you just acknowledged the level of pressure that is now falling on those shoulders, they can't handle that. They might be in even more trouble. My man Swagoo, doesn't he have to go on NFL Live this afternoon? Doesn't he have to go on NFL Live? I think he's got to go there. I think that's something, that's a responsibility that he has to have. So Marcus Spears, Swagoo, with the glistening beard and all of that other stuff, that brother's going to be on TV today. Very, very nervous, because you know how he is when the Dallas Cowboys are under pressure, because he knows they usually don't respond, and their fans are going to be upset and they're going to be miserable. That actually doesn't please me that much, though. I prefer Cowboy fans' misery, Ryan Clark, to be around Thanksgiving all the way through Christmas. I don't like it this early, personally. I want them to win early and mess up late. That's my preference, but I'll take what I can get. You hear?
Well, it sounds like that tweet did the opposite of what it was intended to do, but we're talking about pressure just now, so let's talk about the pressure on the Bucs. We'll move on to Tom Brady. Yesterday, he was asked about head coach Bruce Arians' recent critical comments about him, and I'll let you be the judge about how Brady feels about it.
I think there's a perception that you haven't taken a lot of criticism from your coaches before. I don't think this is something that surprised you this week, is it?
So what's the question?
Just whether you were surprised at all to hear Bruce speaking publicly about the picks and being critical of you as he was.
He's a coach, so I'm a player. Just trying to win a game.
Sounds like Tom Brady took some of that Patriot way down to Tampa Bay with him. Stephen A., you think that Tom Brady's going to bounce back this week?